Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that I haven't filmed, but I'm sure you understand. Yes, I've had the baby. As you could see, I have no bump anymore. It's going a little bit. I've been breastfeeding and yeah, I'm loving every minute of it. Last week I was a little bit up and down, did have like baby blues. I feel like I'm sort of coming out of it. And what's helping as well is the fact that I am losing the baby weight. So it's making me feel really good. I mean, I didn't really have any weight anyway. It was just more like my tummy. I just carried baby, that's it. Like everything else was pretty much the same. I was still slim. So that's a good thing. So today's video is basically going to be story time. It's going to be my labour and delivery story time. I will add like a few videos and video clips of my labour and you know, maybe a couple pictures and stuff like that, but to actually show you the whole filming, delivery, birth, everything, it would just be a lot because it literally was 3 days. I started labour on the 22nd of November, obviously. I started labour the 22nd of November. So that was like pre-labour, like early labour signs. And it literally, to be fair, I started, I reckon, probably like the week before because I was getting like little sort of like period pains and stuff like that, but it was obviously bearable. When it got a little bit more intense was like on the 22nd of November, which was almost 2 weeks ago now, and that continued. It was on and off, but continued for the next few days. Obviously on the third day is when it got active. So let me get into the story. So first thing, Monday morning, I said, right, I am due on the 26th, so that would have been like another 4 days time. I'm due on the 26th and I literally don't want to go overdue. Like my first one, I'd just rather have him a couple days earlier or have him on time. And I was told that raspberry leaf tea is really good. Take that, you can't go wrong. It's amazing, it's helped loads of people, etc, etc. So ran down to Holland and Barrett, said, right, let me get my little bits. I even done the whole pineapple thing, like I went in. So I went and got the raspberry leaf tea and straight away started drinking. I actually liked the taste of it, so it didn't help. I was having like 3 teas a day. This was probably like from the Sunday, not the Monday, sorry. The Sunday I started that. As soon as the Monday came, I was feeling pain. I literally started feeling small contractions. I think I even done a video. My video, previous one, I was getting little contractions. But I started getting little pains and yeah, I thought this could be the start of it. But it wasn't severe to where, you know, I really felt like I was gonna go into labour that week. So anyway, the pain started throughout the day. It was on and off, on and off. So I'll be calling a midwife, telling them my symptoms and stuff. They just told me to like keep an eye on it. The Tuesday was when I started losing a bit of my mucus plug. So I said, yeah, baby's coming, definitely coming. This was from like the Tuesday morning. So I'm a bit excited. I'm calling a midwife like, yeah, so I've seen this, I've seen that. They're like, yep, it's the start of it, definitely the start. And I'm like, okay. Literally, the pain started progressing as the day went on. Yeah, so I started feeling like more pain, and the more my mucus plug was going, the pain was coming more. So at that point, I'm like, right, I'm ready. I need everyone around me just in case. Turns out later on in that night, in the night, on the Tuesday night, pain started coming more and more. It still wasn't, I wasn't getting them frequently. They were quite inconsistent, so there wasn't really there wasn't, what's the word, they wasn't frequent, the contractions. They wasn't close together. It was just like, some was like 9 minutes apart, some was like 6 minutes, so it was changing all the time. So every time I called, they're like, has to be like 3 or 4 minutes apart, then come to the hospital. So anyways, we felt like at some point it was getting close. The contractions, they were like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. Was changing, but they were really close. So we've got to the hospital and she's like, right, you haven't dilated and we would want to see you 3 minutes, the contractions to be 3 minutes or 4 minutes apart. So I'm like, oh my gosh, the drive is far. It's like a good half an hour. Got to go all the way back. Imagine just being uncomfortable and just in pain, uncomfortable pain where you're just worried, you can't sleep, you can't really eat, you can't focus, you're worried, you want the baby to be okay, you're worried about your health, just everything. Anyways, we've come back, and at this point I'm just like, right, I need to make this labor come on. I need the contractions to kick in now because I'm getting stressed out. So I got the exercise ball and I was bouncing on that the whole time whilst I'm drinking the tea and just really trying to get it going. At this point I'm like, no, my cervix really need to soften up now. I need this baby to come because I don't want to have to go through what other people's gone through, where they've gone through pain through the whole week and literally no active labor. I was just like, I'm not letting that happen to me. So anyways, I said, right, let me try and get some sleep because I need all the energy for labor. So I managed to get a little snooze in. Oh my gosh, literally, I think I slept for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes max. The pain hit me, it kicked me, it slapped me, it got me. I literally could not deal. The pain got more intense. It woke me out of my sleep, literally. I could have cried my eyes out the way it was just killing me, but I literally held it together. Like everyone said, I held down those contractions. Anyway, we'll get into it. So I'm like, right, I think it's coming now because the contractions are closer together. So my sister's like, oh my gosh, like it's literally close together now. Like you're contracting every 3-4 minutes. We got to get. So I'm panicking, like, get me to the hospital because I've been watching all these YouTube videos with people having babies in their car and I was just not feeling that. I was like, oh my gosh, like I am not trying to be the one to just go into labor in the car. Like I just was not feeling that. I just thought in my luck that something like that would happen and I just wasn't feeling it. So anyways, we've literally got in the car. Everything's packed up already from the first time, so everything's in the car. So we've just gone down. At this point I'm in so much pain, like I couldn't even walk to the car. Like I'm holding the wall, I'm like screaming because the pain's so intense at that point. Bearing in mind I've had no medication or nothing, like I haven't taken painkillers or anything, so I'm just raw, like going back to the hospital. So we've gone to the hospital and she's like, you're 1 centimeter dilated. As soon as I get there, like the doctor's checked me and she's like, yeah, 1 centimeter. So I'm like, oh great, got a long time to go. So at this point I'm in, they're ready for me at the hospital. They're not sending me back because obviously the contractions are really close. So they start setting the bath and stuff for me to help soothe the pain. So they do that and there's mellow music that I'm playing and yeah, it's quite relaxing, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, praying that this isn't going to be a long procedure. So bearing in mind, this is the Tuesday night, which is the 23rd. So we're there and we're just like trying to stay peaceful, calm. Anyways, she gives me some morphine to help with the pain. And yeah, that helped a little bit for a short time. But then the pain kicked in again. I ended up getting a pethidine the second time, which lasted quite long, and that helped, but it made me really drowsy. Like all I wanted to do was sleep. Like I had friends phoning me during labor and I'm talking to them, then like falling asleep on the phone. It's really funny. But yeah, that was hard. So the pain kept going and going, getting more intense as the pethidines wearing off throughout the day. So around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this is spending the whole night, morning and early afternoon at the hospital. We get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and at this point the pethidines worn off, but I'm just bearing it through. So the doctors come and checked me again, and at this point I'm like 4 centimeters dilated. So I'm like, oh my gosh, when is it gonna, progress more and stuff? So she's like, you could have another bath, you need to walk around, you need to do all these exercises and stuff to bring it on. But the pain, imagine being in extortionate pain like that. Like, it hurt so much, I literally couldn't even do much, but I forced myself to walk around and bounce on the ball. I kept hearing from my mum, oh my gosh, you're so strong, like I can't believe it, you've gone all these hours like just doing this. Strong, you're a strong girl. So yeah, it got to a point of the day, I think it was around 6 o'clock. She's come and checked me again, and it turned out that I was 6 centimeters dilated. No, I was 8 centimeters, sorry, 8 centimeters at that point. So we're thinking, right, baby's coming soon, like it seems to be moving on. So I'm back in the bath to just ease off the pain, because at this point I'm thinking there's no point in having epidural or any more drugs. I might as well just wait and see how far dilated I get and just do this. So we get in the bath, and I can't bear it. At this point, I'm not even enjoying feeling the bath ain't doing nothing. I'm just in pain to the point where I start feeling like I want to push. So I'm like, I want to push. So she's like, okay. So they set me up ready to push in the bath. So I'm pushing for like trying to push for like a good half an hour, or maybe an hour. And the midwife, she's just looking, like she's not even saying whether she could see ahead or anything. So I'm just pushing and pushing. This is the part that kind of upset me and made me a bit emotional, because I'm just stressing my baby out and my body for no reason. Anyway, I'm like, listen, I can't do this. This is a bit much now. So then anyway, that midwife goes home, because there weren't much staff as well. So that was stressful. That midwife leaves and goes home. And then another younger girl comes in, midwife. And she basically comes and she says, right, we're gonna have to get this speeding up now. She checks and she's like, the baby's a little bit distressed, so I'm gonna have to break your waters. We're gonna have to do this now. So I'm like, okay. So I'm panicking a bit at this point when she says that. Anyone would. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm thinking that it's gonna speed things up more. Well, it did, in terms of the pain getting more intense. When you're in so much pain, you can't even speak. Literally, I was in so much pain. Every time the contractions came, I literally just closed my eyes, breathed through it, and just made a grunt, and that was it. And at this point, I'm fed up. I'm feeling like these midwives and everyone here is pissing me off. I just literally want to have my baby and leave this hospital, because I'm stressed out. Like, at this point, I think it's like 9 o'clock at night. Like, the time is going by. This is 9 o'clock at night on the Wednesday. So they say, right, baby stressed, we need to get you up to the labour ward so we could make you see the doctor and see if we could give you an epidural for the pain and check how dilated you are. At this point, I'm just fed up. I'm like, okay, like, basically do what you have to do. Do you know what I mean? I'm just feeling like I can't do it no more. Like, you get to a point where your body just can't handle it. So anyway, I remembered being in a wheelchair, just getting rode up the stairs in the lift or whatever, and we get in the labour room, and this doctor comes in And she's amazing, literally. She just saved everything. She came in and she's like, right, why hasn't this lady got a drip? Like, she's dehydrated. Like, why this, why that? Like, literally came in and just took charge and said, we're going to check to see how far dilated you are. And if you're not that far along, we will give you the epidural for the pain. Bearing in mind, I've gone 3 days, should I say, because the pethidine doesn't really last that long, just pain. But at this point, I've gone hours with intense pain, you know, because remember, I had the pethidine in the morning, the Tuesday morning at the hospital. So I'm just like, okay. So she's like, I'm going to have to check you again. At this point, I'm just like, please, no, because it hurts. Imagine you're getting contractions and then they have to internally like check you, like, oh, it's just talking about it turns my tummy. Like, if I spoke about it like days after, I would have been breaking down crying. But I feel like as I've healed and time's gone by and he's here now, which we'll get into the happy part after, it makes me feel a bit better. I feel stronger. I don't feel so sad about things, you know, how things went. Anyways, she's checked me and she's like, great news, you're 10 centimeters dilated, you're ready to push. Like, you're ready to push, but what we need you to do is stay calm and know that the baby is in distress, and you know, we need you, Shadina, to push, really go in and get this baby out because his heart rate's going down. When I heard that, literally, it's like I'm trying to stay strong. It's just so hard to talk about. I'm trying to stay strong, but at the same time, it's hard because you're worrying about your baby, just so many things, you know. And remember, I'm in so much pain. I'm tired from the whole day of the labor. So I'm just like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? So they're like, right, all gearing up. Like, you got to get ready. We've got to get this baby out because otherwise we're going to have to do the suction thing where they suck them out. And no one wants that for their child or for you, you know. It's traumatizing. So anyway, she set everything up. I'm ready now. She's like, when you feel a contraction, push. So as I'm going in to push, I'm just weak at this point. I'm screaming, pushing. You know, when you're just tired, you're just screaming. I'm just making noise. I'm not really pushing. So I remember the midwife said, right, I'm going to put my finger here. So she presses by my bum area and says, look, feel that, push against that, because you need to feel like you're about to do a number 2, basically. You need to push like that. So I just pictured myself on the toilet, constipated, should I say, and I done it. So he was coming out. They're like, yeah, he's coming out. Imagine I had about 10 midwives in the room. Like, this is how I know baby Rio's so special. He's just such a blessing. And literally, I just couldn't do it the second time. So she's come in my face and she's like, Shadina, right, listen, we need you to push. We need this baby out. His heart rate's going down low. Just at that point, like when she came and said, right, Shadina, this is your last time to do it because we can't keep going back and forth. She's like, the baby's distressed. We need him out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And it's like my aunt that died last year, I thought of her voice saying, Shadina, you got to do it. Like, everyone, just like my ancestors spoke to me, you've got to do it. So I literally just went in. I said, I've got to save my child. I've got to make this labor, you know, a lot easier than what it has been. So I just start pushing and I'm hearing, yeah, I can see the head, and I'm pushing more. Keep going. Next contraction, I'm pushing more. I don't know where this energy came from. It's like angels was in the room and literally made me push Rio out, because I don't know where I found that energy to get this baby out. Like, my mum could not believe it. She said, Shadina, you're actually a strong girl. I don't know how you done it, but you know God is with you, because I found this strength and just pushed the baby out, considering, imagine being so tired to where I got dehydrated, I had to be on a drip, just everything. I was so run down, and I done it. So he came out and I was just in so much shock. Like, you could see the video that I'm going to attach where I'm just, I'm in shock. Like, he comes out, and for a hot minute, I'm just staring at him. And then after, I just break down crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my God. I could not believe I done it. I literally thought that I wasn't going to do it.
Oh, she did really well.
Well done. And I'm just so happy. Like, I just saw his little face, and I'm like, and I could hear my mum saying, oh my gosh, he's so beautiful, he's so cute, look at him, look at him. And I literally just, I just saw him, and I just thought, he's so beautiful. Like, his brother's gonna be so happy to meet him. Like, just so many things like was just going in my head, and I thought, it's just such a blessing. It was a miracle labor. Definitely, he's so special. But he came out like, he wasn't even distressed, nothing. He came out crying like normal, and just like, he was just looking around, like he was so alert. I was like, oh my gosh, like my baby is here, and he's just looking me right in the eyes. He was just looking around the room. You would have thought he's been here already. So this is how I just knew, you know, he was going to be fine regardless of the situation. Like, when you've got God in your heart, and prayers go a long way. And you know, the whole time my mum did not stop praying throughout that whole time I was in hospital. She will be going in the bathroom, getting on her hands and knees praying. She'll just be near me praying every minute of every time of that day. Every single opportunity she had, she was sitting down and praying. And I'm telling you, her prayers definitely worked. Me and Rio's fine. They did think that I split, but I didn't. Thank God. So everything's good. And I lost quite a bit of blood, loads of blood. They had to check me over, keep me there a little bit longer to make sure I was fine. But I'm just so grateful that I've bounced back. Okay, I've bounced back. Okay, I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, baby Rio is here, and I will definitely let you meet him. Maybe the next video. He's sleeping now, but I'm gonna do more of like an active vlog where you could meet Rio. Is he awake? Oh, I thought I heard him clapping his mouth. Definitely make you meet Rio. And yeah, definitely fill you in a bit more with how it is having a newborn, and you know, my experience so far. He's 11 days. He was born at 11:02 on the 24th of November. He was due the 26th, but he came a couple days earlier, and I did say to everyone, I bet you he's going to come a couple days earlier, and he did. Thanks for proving me right, Rio. So yeah, he's here, and I'm so happy, and I've had so much support from friends, family, like everyone's been there, and I'm so grateful. And I'm just looking forward to spending a really beautiful Christmas with my boys and our new addition to the family, baby Rio. But I hope you enjoyed my birth story. I know it's a short one. I didn't want to kill you with too much. I just wanted to put in like all the stuff, you know, that happened. But the main thing is that we're both good. We're here, and yeah, I thought I'd do an update because I haven't obviously filmed like since my last video. And the last video I was pregnant, and now I'm not. But I'll show you my tummy again so you can see how flat I've gone down already. I've really lost the weight. I've still got like the black line hair. I haven't got any stretch marks, but I want to wait until I tone up more, and then I'll show you that next video. That will probably be when I start going back to the gym as soon as I'm allowed to train again. But guys, thank you for watching my video and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a comment below. But take care. Love you all. Bye.